When liberals are confident and assured that everything is going their way, they are smug, they are arrogant, they are condescending, holier than thou, preaching at the rest of us. But when they go into full-blown meltdown mode, I mean, they lose all sense of logic and reason and just go into the over-the-top hyperbole hysterics, it means they're in trouble. Big trouble. As the realization of the poll numbers now indicating that Donald Trump is trouncing Joe Biden in every swing state, they are now going into meltdown mode over what's happening in Nebraska.
There has thrown his support behind an effort that would no longer allocate the electoral votes by congressional district. Because right now, it's 5 votes there. Technically, Republicans get 4, and President Biden, Democrats get the 1 from Omaha.
That's right.
If that changes, and we don't know that it will, the state legislature is going to look at it. But if that changes, that takes away Biden's best path to win. Because if he wins Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan, but loses the other swing states and no longer picks up the 1 in Nebraska, 269. That leads playbook this morning, the alarm among Democrats that this is possible. What do you think?
I think this is what the modern Republican Party has become. They're now changing the rules in the middle, trying to benefit themselves. This is the hell that Donald Trump hath wrought. In the middle of this, changing the rules 200 days before the election is ridiculous. I think you're right. I think there are real simulation problems. When you look at the map, that one electoral vote really matters in the combination of other things. Then you need another state. And so the easiest pathway to victory has always been the Midwestern 3 states combined with Nebraska.
We're going to get into all of this, and I'll explain what it means. Welcome to the Afternoon Drive.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth. Awesome, baby, to the top of the line.
Hi, I'm Pastor Marty, and this is the Afternoon Drive, the place where you come to hear my rants, my ravings, and my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Smack the bell, click the word all. That'll give you notification of all that I bring you here. And please like and share this video. That's how we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much. And let me just pause right here to say to all of my friends and family and former church members, Melissa, I might be looking at you right now, in upstate New York that are dealing with snow today. I'll be mowing my lawn later this afternoon. Hey, actually, welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Listening to a liberal meltdown over, you can't change the rules 200 days before the election. Really? Because in 2020, we watched liberals and blue states like Pennsylvania change the voting rules days before the election. You know, like the week of the election. We watched them change election rules as the election was actually happening. Polling places being allowed to stay, open an extra 1, 2, 3 hours. So don't you even start lecturing us on how dare we what? Close a loophole that has benefited liberals for the past 30 plus years. Now, Nebraska is a red state. It is a conservative state. There is one section of Nebraska that is liberal. That would be Omaha. By the way, that has been the old Democratic machine plan literally for decades and decades. When you look at the election map on any given election night, it always blows your mind if you're a conservative how we lose when more than 2/3 of the country goes red. You know, we know that California goes blue. We know that New York goes blue and a few other places. But when you go to a place like upstate New York, which I was referring to in earlier, upstate New York is actually Donald Trump country. It is rib rock Republican and conservative, very traditional values. I know you don't think so because of liberal New York City, but that was the Democratic playbook, to go into every state and control the biggest city in the state. They didn't try to win over the mass population of the state. They just want to control the biggest city. Georgia. I live in Georgia. Very, very conservative. Even among the people of color in my neighborhood, it is a very conservative neighborhood. But less than an hour from here is Atlanta. Atlanta is incredibly liberal. So Democrats feel they can always control Georgia as long as they control Atlanta. Democrats know they control New York as long as they control New York City. And you go to even places in Northern California, you get out of the Bay Area, you get out of the Los Angeles and the San Francisco area into the northern part of California, it is very conservative. Fresno, California is one of the more functional cities in the state. It's a beautiful city. Their economy is great. There's growth there. You can afford to live there. It's very, very red there. But of course, they can't oversway everything that's happening downstate from them. And that has been how the Democrats run things. So Nebraska, what are they wigging out about? Nebraska and Maine are the last two states that they don't give a winner-take-all to their electoral votes during a presidential election. They do it proportionally. The winner gets a stake of the electoral votes, but then they award electoral votes based on winning congressional districts, which, of course, Joe Biden would win Omaha. It would be one electoral vote. Now, what's significant about that, and what they're whining about at PMSNBC, is that when you do the map, and they're still considering that Joe Biden is still very competitive in all of the swing states, it might come down to where his path to victory, which they're giving him Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, well, that still only gets him to 269 electoral votes. He needs 270 to win. He needs that one electoral vote. And what's happening in Nebraska is the GOP legislature, which is now the majority, has decided to make their state winner take all. Bum, ba-dum, bum. That would eliminate that one electoral vote that Joe Biden is counting on out of Nebraska. But again, they're basing this on the math that Donald Trump is going to lose in Wisconsin, which the big news out of there as of yesterday, he is thrashing Joe Biden by more than 5 points. And when you factor in other candidates, RFK Jr. and others, it hurts Biden even more. And then Trump widens his margin over Biden by 7 points. Wisconsin is going red. Georgia is going to go red this year. And I'm going to make a bold prediction here on the afternoon drive. Pennsylvania is going to go red. And I'll tell you what's going to blow a lot of the Democrats' minds about Pennsylvania. I think as we get closer, I think you're going to hear Fetterman, our favorite Uncle Fester wearing the hoodie in Congress. I think he's going to come out and support Donald Trump. I really do. I'm not endorsing on any level Fetterman, but I will say this. He's enough of a political animal, even though he's been through a stroke. He is still, apparently, though he has to communicate through, electronic devices because he still can't process speech, apparently he's still more mentally cognitive than Joe Biden. He's able to read the electorate. He's able to read the mood of the country and where people are. And because he doesn't have any real convictions, I think he comes out and endorses Trump. And I mean, that is going to blow the Democrats' minds. But even CNN is looking at what's happening in Nebraska, and they are freaking out.
New tonight, could the election all come down to Nebraska? Donald Trump thinks so. He and his allies convincing Nebraska's Republican governor to support a major change in the way the state has been doling out its electoral college votes for the past 32 years. So right now, Nebraska splits its electoral college votes, and one of them is crucial to Biden's victory. And that one is the blue district of Omaha. Biden won that vote in 2020. Trump, though, is pushing for a statewide winner-take-all system, which would potentially deprive Biden of that crucial electoral vote. Now, the reason I say crucial, just look at this, one of Biden's easiest paths to re-election. If he holds the 3 swing states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin and loses the rest of them, right? So he's going to lose Georgia, lose all those. Biden gets to 269. Well, to win, you need 270. So obviously the difference there is 1, and that 1 vote would be the vote in Nebraska, the vote in Omaha that gives Biden 270 and the win. But if this scenario plays out with Trump getting his way in Nebraska, then both of them are tied, 269 to 269. And then it will be the House of Representatives who makes the decision.
Now, what's not being talked about is how Obama Biden is losing males. And not just the males that I like the way James Carville refers to, the preachy leftist Democrat women believe that every ill in society is somehow white, straight males' fault. Men of color are not just leaving the Democratic Party. They are leaving en masse the Democrat Party. And James Carville has been trying to sound the alarm. He's been saying, looking at Biden's polling numbers, well, let me see if I can do James Carville. Looking at Biden's polling numbers, it's so bad, it's like seeing your grandma naked, and you just can't unsee that. I mean, Carville is really an unarticulate hillbilly redneck, but he's not wrong. He's 100% not wrong. And males in general, I don't care whether they're black males, Hispanic, Asian, men in general are sick and tired of being told every problem in the world is somehow our fault. And that liberal women are constantly harping and nagging. I'm going to tell you this, and I don't care if it sounds sexist. Men don't like to be nagged. They don't. And I don't care whether they're conservative men or even liberal men. Now, a soy boy that is dating someone like an AOC who, I think the only thing male about him is he might have a male appendage between his legs. We don't really know. He could be intersexual, but we really don't know. But that wimpy little soy boy that wants to be bossed around by AOC, which apparently he just likes living out in the open, that he's into, S&M and wants her to be the dominatrix of the relationship. Most men are not that way. Ask Gillette when they wanted to talk about toxic masculinity. The toxic masculinity that won World War II, the toxic masculinity that was able to put men on the moon, the toxic masculinity that puts on, flame retardant clothing and walks into a burning building and saves people. That kind of toxic masculinity. You go woke, you go broke. Ask every company that has turned and went after the American male what happened. Ask Bud Light how it worked out for them, having a VP of marketing talking about, we're going to get away from the frat boy, good old boy image. Oh, you mean your customers, the guys who actually drink beer, not the soy boys who go to microbreweries and, oh, this beer that I like, it has a hint of lemon and tangerine, and it's, it just makes my own nipples hard. Those are not men. I don't even know if they're males. I think somehow they are bioengineered in a lab somewhere, probably under the direction of Dr. Fauci. I'll get fact checked. I think we could improve on the American male. In other words, create a bunch of mind-numb, able to be controlled by women and elites like Fauci. He would be down for that. He probably gives him morning wood just thinking about it. But some of these males that they roll out on TV and these talking heads, you think these are not real guys. This is not real guys. Donald Trump is winning, which is why the media is panicking. He's winning on the court level. If you haven't watched my commentary on the judges that are after him and what's up with that, you've got to watch that. He's winning. And the liberals are in panic mode. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby.